So I've tried to kill myself like as soon as I knew how, and I've had many reoccurring dreams where people could like spray bullets at me. I can't die. So if I am willed to live in this world, that might mean that there's like a part of it that has to die. Because if I am willed to live in this world, that has to mean that a lot of this world has to die. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. Like, it's the only thing, because I would rather, for me personally, like all my past lives, I was killed or I killed myself, and all the indoctrination that I've been given is no one can kill me. They can spray bullets at me. They can do whatever they want. They can try to make me like homeless or like end up in a loony bin or like whatever. It seems like no thing or nobody can kill me in this life. Like, I welcomed it, honestly. Like, it's like it'd be fine. I do okay. Like, I do great. Um all my past lives I was killed or I killed myself, like in a very big way. But it seems like in this timeline I'm not supposed to. I can try to kill myself, but I won't succeed. A lot of these like testimonies from people who are doing fentanyl in Seattle, which is like the worst fentanyl epidemic of the world. All these people are saying that like they keep trying to kill themselves with fentanyl, but like they can't do it. Like, there's like a reason for God's spiritual protection over certain people. Not saying that somebody who leaves the world is like somehow lesser than. That's not the case at all, because my grandfather came to me like in a new body and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Well, I had a body on standby. Like, I was always going to come back. I was always going to come back." So I was like, "Okay, that's very interesting." Something is interesting where I can't kill myself and nobody can seem to kill me because they've tried. And like, I'm not boasting about it, but like, people have tried to kill me and they can't do it. And I can't kill myself. So that only brings me to one other uh I mean, just from like logic and data, because trust me, I would have done it a long time ago. I tried when I was like 10 years old. I've been suicidal my entire life. I can't seem to kill myself, and nobody can seem to kill me, although they've tried so many times. That can only mean one thing: that is not in God's will. So, if I can't kill myself and no one can kill me, and trust me, I would kind of rather, but it's not happening. It's like not the case. I guess that it means that a large portion of the world has to die in a sense. Um, I was born psychic. I didn't know that about myself. I was an incredibly psychic child. Like, I seemingly know everything. Like, the Scarlett Johansson depicts me in a lot of movies, and one of them is Lucy, where she has like all this access to everything all the time, and then she turns dark and she like consumes a lot of things. I feel like that is very characteristic. um I can't turn off my psychic ability. I can't turn it off. I can't mute it for anybody. I seem to know things about people that they would probably wish that I didn't know. But my heart is so pure that I generally wish them better. I wish they didn't do that. Sodomy is a huge problem. People should not put their penises in asses because this world is run by old gay dudes. A lot of really old, like, gay, homosexual men. And that's very evident in a lot of recent content where people are showing how, like, maybe even George Washington's wife, but a lot of the people pioneering this joint, like, their wives were actually dudes. They were not women. They were like, we're literally living in a world that was run by old gay dudes and like a lot of pedophiles. And then, like, you know, it's no wonder that I'm not doing great. I'm not doing great at all. I'm not. I had somebody. I had hired people to like clean my house today because my house is like too much for me to take care of. So I hired people to clean my house today, and I was just like, this is like way too much for me. You know, like, general life is like way too much for me to just take care of. And this world is run by a bunch of old gay dudes. And all these old gay dudes are like targeting all of our significant others who could probably be like normal men, but they don't realize that all these old gay dudes are like, oh, just go into business with me. Just get this like property investment with me. All these old gay dudes are like, just do this for me. Just join my fraternity. How's that working out for all of you old gay dudes? Like, how's that working out for you? Because we will not procreate with you. Like, women will not produce offspring of old gay dudes. Gay dudes. Gay men. Back in the day, dude, this guy did a presentation of like all the people who pioneered America, and he didn't say it. And I love this man so much because he like said it without saying it. He wasn't pointing out that all of their wives were actually men, but he was like, I'm just gonna show you all of the wives of the dudes who were pioneering America. And he presented all of the wives who were pioneering America. He didn't say it, but he was like, see for yourself, they're all dudes. They were all dudes. They were a bunch of gay men. So what am I supposed to do in a world run by a bunch of old gay men? Get drunk on my porch every night and talk shit on the internet? Yep. 100%. Tell y'all what the fuck is actually going on? Yeah, 100%. Because what else can I do? What else can I do? Get myself arrested time and time again? Yeah, what else can I do? Get evicted from my apartment and become homeless? Because what else can I do? This world has been run by a bunch of old gay pedophiles. What else can I do? And I can't kill myself. I can't. Like, I try and I guess I can't. I try to, like, be a piece of shit. I guess I can't. I try to kill myself as soon as I found out how to kill you. I guess I can't. So, people, Elon Musk, fuck you. You can't even have sex with a woman, motherfucker. I wake up in clones in Elon Musk's like basement or like wherever the hell he is, and he's just like, look at me, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Elon Musk is an asshole. He's like a weird person. You don't have sex with women, but you just keep procreating. I don't think that is a good thing at all. Like, Donald Trump has got a ton of kids with a ton of different wives. I don't think this is a good thing at all. Like, you people are not promoting family values. Elon Musk woke me up in my clone to show me to Joe Rogan, who just laughed his ass off. Like, Joe Rogan just thought this was the funniest shit he had ever seen. You old gay dudes can just find Jesus, which Joe Rogan seems to have done recently. You can't do this stuff to us. You can't do this stuff to us. You can't do it. I can't be like waking up in clones in some other world where I am barely conscious. You can't do it. This is effed up. This is why, like, when people want to, like, say anything weird about the Super Soldier program, the truth is, all we're doing is just trying to explain true history. Anyone else? That's Hank Meyer's deal. So Hank Meyer has, like, a fake Super Soldier paradigm where, like, James Rank and Haley Meyer are like porn stars for him, and then he uses them to do weird stuff. Like, the Super Soldier paradigm is not all this like weird stuff. Like, most people don't even know what they're fighting for in the Super Soldier paradigm. They're just like, oh, I'm just freaking doing it and I'm talking about it on the internet. Like, did you people ever wonder what the hell it is you're fighting for? Because I'm not a super soldier, because the truth is, I am just sitting in a cage somewhere. I'm sitting in a cage somewhere where you're all fighting and doing stupid stuff, and you have no idea what you're fighting for. But in reality, like, I'm still a person, like, in this world that is navigating this world that's doing, like, real super soldier, I guess, stuff where I have found missing children where they weren't supposed to be found. I've literally, boots on the ground, like, found children that were not supposed to be found. I'm not a weird super soldier in the dynamic that the super soldier program promotes. Why are they promoting this? Who are these people? Why is Tony Rodriguez an evident pedophile? Evident to me in Instagram, he liked a video of a pedophilic woman, like a girl who was like too young. Tony Rodriguez, like, the dude's a pedophile. Like, James Rank is like gay or something. Haley Meyer is like super predatory. But, like, not in the sense that, like, Sarah Adams is predatory, because she's predatory in the sense that, like, she actually has a motive. Like, she's actually, like, really angry and motivated to, like, do evil, and all her clones are motivated to do evil. So, you know, in the sense, I'm like, Sarah Adams could maybe be saved because she is actually evil. Like, she's actually motivated to do evil. So that makes me believe that she could maybe actually be saved because God is obviously using her to be as evil as she is. And it's not a question. It's not like anything. But, like, Haley Meyer is evil in the sense that, like, she has no freaking clue about anything. Like, James Casbolt said that they were Mormons in Missouri. And then, because I was friends with Haley Meyer, she was like, I've never been to Missouri. I've never been a Mormon, and I'm not Jewish. And I don't know if she's lying. It's like she's just painting James Casbolt to be this almighty liar to me for years. And that stuff, like, never caught. It never stuck. It never stuck with me. I only ever thought that she was lying. Like, she doesn't remember. Like, she's just a tool. She's just a weapon. She's just a nonsense person where, like, Sarah Adams is actually evil. Like, she actually has a very fervent evil agenda against people. So that's why I always felt like Sarah Adams is somebody who could, like, actually maybe be saved, because she actually is supercharged to do evil things to people. Whereas Haley Meyer, and they were trying to create this agenda where it would appear as if Haley was against Sarah Adams, when in reality, they are the same exact person. So there was this agenda to make Haley some, like, almighty righteous person, but it failed because she's not. Because she's not, if you don't mind me saying, a real person. She's just a Matrix hologram. Like, she's just here to pretend to be something she's not. And that's why that agenda never stuck. It never stuck. It's not going to stick. If there was some timeline where James Casbolt got back together with Haley Meyer, I would say that is just, it's not him. Because if Dresden, the baby that they had, if Dresden is not their biological child, this is the thing. If Dresden is not their biological child, if he is, then that means that James Casbolt's body was taken over by her father, Hank Meyer. And that was my experience. My experience was, it seems as if Hank Meyer has somehow found the ability to take over the body of James Casbolt. So if some evil Antichrist were to rise, I believe that the Antichrist is going to be feared by the wicked people. If the Antichrist appears and he's actually, like, truly wicked, I would say that's not James Casbolt. That Hank Meyer took over his body in terms of, like, a vril worm, like he's been vril snatched, or if it's some weird scenario like in the movie Get Out, this very popular movie Get Out, Hank has somehow found a way to infiltrate James Casbolt's body. So if he ever were to rise as this, like, truly evil person, if he were to ever get back together with Haley Meyer, I would say, and I would profess and, like, understand, that's not him. That's not him at all, which would make him actually the true Messiah, which is very interesting. But regardless, it's not him. What the hell was I making this video for? These people suck ass. Like, if I were to die, if I could, I can't. Sorry about you. Like, truth be told, like, whatever you do, I don't know what to tell you, truthfully. Like, I would love to be away from you. I would love to get away from you. I would love to die and just be away from you. But it seems as if God's will is not in those cards. So I guess I am to live. And if I am to live, then the truth needs to come out. I'm not, like, pushing this. Like, I'm, like, truthfully, like, I'm not pushing this. Because if it were up to me, I would just be out of this stupid place. But I guess there is something deeper in God's will where that's not going to happen. Okay, so if that's not going to happen, then that would mean that truth would have to be revealed in a very big way on this world. The truth will have to be revealed in a very big way on this world. We all know, for the most part, the Holocaust was freaking nonsense. Hitler did not have the physical means to do what history tells us he did. He didn't have the physical means to do the things that this world said Hitler did. He didn't have the physical means, and I believe that 100%. I am pulling this from David Irving's book, Hitler's War. I am just pulling this from this book, but I will tell you, I believe this is true. Hitler did not have the means to do what he did. So, when all these other people, probably Jews, crime against Jews to cover up the Aryan genocide, when all these people killed all the Aryans from World War I, it was a ploy. It was a plot. It was all a cover-up to cover up what the F they did to the Aryans in World War I, coming back around. Oh, we're just gonna like kill all of our own kind. They killed all of their own kind. I believe. I truly believe, and I will correct myself if I ever find myself wrong. The Holocaust was done by Jews against Jews. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. And if this channel gets taken down for this, I guess just like, see you later. Because I can't help but believe that these people are such perpetrators in general. In general, they're such perpetrators that they will do anything to cover up their crimes. This has been my experience. They're not good people. Some of them are, don't get me wrong. But a majority of them, total frickin' annihilation. They hate us so much that they'll do anything. And I can't help it because I'm a pure blood freaking descendant. I can't help it. I'm a pure blood descendant. And that is true super soldier paradigm is. We are just true blood descendants. We can't help who we are. We can't help what we know. We are just true blood descendants. So if any like normie was like, what's a super soldier? I'm like, we're just people who are telling the true history of the world. And we're just telling the truth. We're just telling the truth. Excuse me. About what happened. That's all. That's all. We're just telling the truth. That's all. What is a super soldier? We're just telling the truth. That's all. Alright. That's it for now, I guess. I don't know. What the frick? What the fuck, dude? Like, what the F? Alright, check it later. That book, actually, by the way, David Irving, Hitler's War, like, it's a long book. I just got through the introduction. This book is, like, banned in some universities, but this book is, like, required in other universities. And this dude has been kicked out of many countries, time and time again. He was kicked out of many countries because of his book. And to this day, it is required in certain universities, but it's also condemned in other universities. So, check out David Irving, Hitler's War. Buy that book, I guess, because Hitler did not have the ability to do what history told us he did. He didn't have the ability. It wasn't him. So who was it? The Jews killing the Jews to cover up the killing of the Aryans in World War I. All that being said, the Jews didn't have the ability to do what they did if they were not only just covering up what the F they did in World War I. And we are still living in this convoluted universe with these people who do weird stuff because they're weird people. The Jews didn't have the ability to do what history says they did if they didn't do it to their own people. There is so much more I could say about that, but this video is getting long. Okay, Kaiser Wilhelm, I'm just gonna say, Kaiser Wilhelm was the Emperor of Germany, and he was falling from popular belief. He was half Jewish. This video is gonna get taken down, by the way, probably. He was half Jewish and half not Jewish. He hated, as a child, he despised his Jewish family. To the point where, I don't know if he stabbed himself or like, I think he stabbed another family member as a child. Stabbed either like himself or a family member. He hated these people. Something ain't right, though. Something ain't right. Something's wrong here. History might be wrong here. Yeah, I'd say so. Alright, love Kaiser Wilhelm. Dude, Kaiser Wilhelm was so hot. He was so good looking. By the way, look up Kaiser Wilhelm of Germany. That dude was so good looking. He was so hot. Alright. And he loved Alexandra Fedorovna, even though that was like his cousin. Even though like Alexandra Fedorovna was his cousin, like he openly professed his love for her. He was like, I don't give a shit, dude, that's my cousin, but like I openly profess my love to her. There was a man who tried to stop World War II, Helmuth von Moltke. I have this book. Thank you. Canadian. And he was like, this whole book was like professing how much this man loved the Tsarina. Like, he loved the Tsarina so much, he would do anything to come against her demise. And it came. It obviously came. The Romanovs were killed because Tsar Nicholas would not be as evil as he should have been. Like, this stuff is still playing out. Like, he didn't want to do evil against all these people. Meanwhile, they killed their entire family. They killed their entire effing family. But all the while, the Tsarina was like, will you please wipe them out? And he couldn't do it. He was incapable of doing it. And I don't know what the right answer is, but he couldn't do it. Like, he didn't have it in him. He was like, I can't do it. He didn't have it in him. And then, in turn, they killed his whole family. And I don't know if this timeline is supposed to correct that timeline, but it seems to me that maybe this timeline is supposed to correct the timeline of Tsar Nicholas. He was way too passive. He was way too much of a peacekeeper that he would not go against all the people that were trying to murder their entire family. And then they murdered his entire family. Like, a lot of people are waiting on Jesus Christ, but you need to understand, your soul is saved by Jesus Christ, but your physical body is saved by the Father of Jesus Christ, the Old Testament God, who does wicked things. He does evil things. This is why I don't profess to be all Christian anymore, is because I understand that Christ saved my soul, but there's a God of wrath who is super evil in the terms of the world that saves my physical body. And it's evident to me in this lifetime. I cannot kill myself, and I cannot die for some reason, so I have no other avenue other than to trust in the God of Jesus Christ, who kills everybody against his will. Like, I'm not a Christian anymore because Christ saved my soul, but I obviously can't die. Like, I would love to, don't get me wrong, but like, it's not happening. I've tried. People have tried. It's not happening. I have no other choice. There's an Old Testament God coming back to rain fire on this world. And most people are not ready for it. Muslims are not ready for it. They think that, like, God is love, and all these people are like, oh, God is love. Dude, no, God is not just love. And it is repeating the problems with Tsar Nicholas. Tsar Nicholas was like a saint in his land. People revered Tsar Nicholas as a saint in his land, but he had the absolute inability to kill the people that in turn killed his entire family and his entire lineage. I feel like this is where shit is landing. This is where stuff is landing. Tsar Nicholas was a saint, but he had a total, absolute inability to kill all the people that were going to kill his people. And then they did. And then they did. And then they came back around 40 years later, pretending to kill their own, but they were just doing it, I believe, if you don't get me wrong, like, I believe they just did it as a means to cover up what they did in World War I. Because I was never taught World War I. Were you? Were you taught any of the history of World War I? They killed all of us in World War I. They killed all of us. And then they came back and we learned, like, World War II. But who did that? The Jews did that to themselves to cover up what they did in World War I. These people are old as can be. They're old people. They've been doing this stuff for as long as time. They're all liars. This is all a BS. They're all liars. They've been doing this stuff for as long as time. They're so much older than us, so they do things to pretend as if they didn't do it. They did it. They did it in World War I, and then they did it to their own people as a means to pretend as if they didn't do it in World War I. They did it to themselves in World War because they don't care. Because they have no regard for human life, because they have no regard for God and his will, but he's going to come back around and he's going to set the record straight. A lot of Jews are good people. A lot of them are absolutely not good people. Not at all. So much to the point where they will kill millions of their own kind as a means to cover up the fact that they killed 1 million of us in World War I. That's how bad these people are. That's how decrepit they are. That's how deficit they are in. This is actually what happened. I don't even need to read the entire book to know that this is exactly what happened. These people are old, so they will set up history to appeal to a short generation when they're old as can be. They're old. They don't die. They're vampires. They're old people. They're absolute jerk-offs, and it's freaking over. Like, you're done. Like, it's over. Because if I can't die or kill myself, then guess what? This world needs to start reflecting true reality. And the true reality is probably being brought by the real super soldiers, not the ones that are involved in pornography. Tony Rodriguez, he's a pedophile. James Rank is involved in pornography. Haley Myers involved in pornography. All these people are involved in pornography. They're not real people. They're not doing anything to help anybody. Dude, this is it. Like, you're done. Like, it's over. If you're a super soldier, but you don't want to, like, end the paradigm, what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? It's over. You don't know what you're fighting for? Be done with that. Because the true super soldiers are finding themselves, and we're actually rewriting true history the way it should have been depicted all along. And it's not looking good for the ways of the world. It's not looking good for the ways of the world. Just for entertainment purposes, let's check out the comments. Oh my goodness. I don't know. That's it for now. You're done. I mean, I guess you're done. I don't know. We all know, like, you're done, dude. It's over. Dude, we're done. You're done.